Hey guys, today I'm doing a Christmas get ready with me video. This should be short and fun. I'm going to be showing you how I'm going to prepare for this Christmas dinner that I've got coming up, that I happen to be hosting with just a close circle of friends. So if you're interested in how this is going to come out, then keep watching. The first thing to start off with is obviously a moisturized skin. I've applied my vitamin C serum and my hyaluronic acid moisturizer, which is supposed to plump the skin. Now the next thing I'm going to do is going with a primer. This is the Too Faced Plump and Prime Luxury Face Plumping Primer Serum. Basically I love this because it is like skincare and makeup in one. So I'm just going to shake this up and apply a little bit to my face. This is supposed to complement the moisturizer that I used when it comes to the plumping effect, and that is what I usually like for underneath my makeup. It instantly makes a difference. As you can see, I can literally feel my skin plumped. The next step that I'm gonna do is go in with my OG LA Girl Pro Concealer. I'm gonna correct the dark spots that I have. This is very, very essential, especially if you've got hyperpigmentation. While you're treating it and all that, it takes a long time to actually get rid of your hyperpigmentation. So it's good to correct it before you apply your makeup base, like your foundation and your concealers and all of that. So that's what I do. I look out for the darker parts of my face, and then I color correct it with an orange concealer. And then I'm going to spray my beauty blender, go in with the base of it. I prefer to use the base because it's wider, and like if I'm not doing a particular area but I'm doing all over my face, I'll just use the base. It's just got a bigger surface area and it's much quicker. One important thing I'd say that has helped me so much in my makeup application is to always dab the product into your skin and not swipe it along the face. For me, that is the single most important reason to prime your face before you do your makeup, and that is because you want the makeup to sit on top of your primer versus on top of your skin, if you understand what I mean. You're going to be doing a lot of dabbing, and you obviously don't want the makeup to I don't know, maybe go through your pores or something. So you create like a canvas for the makeup to go on versus it going like penetrating your skin basically. So the next thing I'm going to do is go in with a foundation. This is from Bobbi Brown. This is their Skin Long Wear Foundation, weightless foundation. It's got SPF in it, so that is good. I'm gonna shake it up a little bit. This is in the shade W088 or Golden Almond if you're looking. I'm gonna go ahead and just apply a little bit, and I'm going to dab this as well. When you do the color correction, it really does cancel out the dark areas so that your foundation can look nice and even. You have to be really patient with this as well, because you don't want patchy foundation and you don't want to miss spots as well. It really, really looks so bad, especially in videos, because with photos you can actually even it, you can even things out, but with videos you can't. So it's very important to make sure that you're getting every spot. Another thing that I learned a long time ago is to always get underneath your jawline or almost towards your chin or your chin. This is a beautiful finish. I absolutely love this foundation, but I do want a bit more coverage because this is really lightweight. So I'm gonna go in with one more pump on each side and just a little bit on my forehead and the other areas. This is definitely what I want for my face. I'm so happy with this finish. I'm gonna go in with a concealer that is about just 1 or 2 shades lighter. This is the Juvia Place Don't know what this is, but the Juvia Place foundation, no, concealer. Yeah, I'm just gonna go in and just highlight it a little bit. The first coat, I usually would just blend it out right away. The second coat, I'm going to leave it to dry a little bit just to get that full coverage effect. The Juvia Place concealer is in the shade 11. I don't think I mentioned that. This is so beautiful. I absolutely love this concealer. But I'm gonna go in now with a much lighter concealer, not foundation, concealer. This is from Esteee Lauder. This is the double wear stay in place concealer, I believe. This is in the shade medium warm, and it is quite light. It's a few shades lighter than my skin, but that's fine because that is the effect that I'm going for. This is not something that I would do every day or like on a casual basis. So, and mind you, this is an evening thing, and I do want my videos to pop. So this I'm going to leave to dry a little bit. I'll give it a few minutes. I'm going to highlight my nose as well, and my forehead and my chin. Now while that's waiting, I'm gonna go into my brows. This is just a regular dark brown pencil. This is probably from Maybelline, I don't remember, but I think any brown pencil is gonna work just fine. I'm just gonna go in and shade my eyebrows in. I'm going to draw like little strokes here. I don't like to do the fake hair technique. It's just too much, so I just like to shade it in and then just soften the start of the brows a little bit with a brush. I'm gonna go in with the brush and just soften the front to make it look almost natural. The next thing here is to go in with a dark pencil or like a dark liner or anything. This is a black eyeliner from Morphe that I'm gonna just draw a line at the very bottom of it. I think when it all comes together you would see what I mean, but this is like a little trick that really makes the eyebrow pop. Now I'm gonna go in with a flat brush and the Juvia Place concealer. I'm going to clean up the brows. That black liner I used is going to create a very nice contrast between the brows and the eyelid. I think there's a little joke that says that eyebrows are not, what, twins? They're sisters. So it's actually very rare that you get like the same exact eyebrows, but I'm going to try. And you notice how I am dragging the concealer down? You don't want to leave it up there because it's going to get cakey. You don't want cakey concealer just underneath your brows. So now I'm gonna go in with this brush. It's from Morphe as well. Yeah, I don't know what it was designed for, but it works perfectly for me for my blending the concealer on my eyebrows and also contouring, no, not contouring, highlighting my nose. Now I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna wet this a little bit as well. I mean, again, just because it probably might have dried out a bit too much. Gonna blend this out as quickly as possible. very important to dampen this because the concealer would have dried up a little bit. You need to know the concealer that you're using also. The Estee Lauder concealer is not very oily, like it doesn't have a lot of oil concentration, so it is perfect, you know, for those summer days or summer nights even. You just don't have to do it as light as I am if you're doing it during the day. Some concealers are really oily and that makes them good for like dry skin and stuff like that. This is not one of them. This is like an oily skin kind of concealer. Even the foundation, I really like that as well for the days. I use the Estee Lauder foundation for the daytime because it really helps with the control the oil on my face. So now let's go in with this and just, one thing I really like about this this brush is it doesn't move the makeup, okay? The makeup sits exactly where you put it, exactly where you brush it, and I really like that. Now I'm gonna go in with a contour stick. This is from Morphe as well, and this is the Dimension Effect contour stick. This is in the shade Effect 18. Comes out like that, really good. I use it for a lipstick liner or lip liner. I also use it for contouring and it works just fine. So I'm just gonna clean up. Oh, I used too much contour. I don't like it. I used way too much contour, but hopefully it blends in just well. And it's not too bad because it's an evening thing, but we're gonna try and clean that up. We're gonna try and correct that. And I'm gonna go here and I'm gonna go there as well, just a little bit, and a little bit here as well. I'm gonna leave that and let that sit, and I'm gonna go in with this Laura Mercier translucent loose setting powder. This is in the shade Translucent Honey. This looks like that. It's very good for like dark skin people. It doesn't give a lot of flashbacks, which I absolutely love when you're taking like a video. So I'm gonna go in, press this under my eyes. You gotta look up when you're doing this because you may miss spots if you don't look up. That's what I noticed. It's not really makeup if you're not making all those funny faces. Sometimes when you record yourself and you look back at it, it's just funny, but it works. It really works. I love this setting powder. It really makes it look nice. When I was buying this in the store, I remember I was very skeptical because I thought, you know, Laura Mercier was one of those brands that just had a name and I feel like I could get something else that would work just as fine, because I started off, when I started doing makeup, I started off using the Sacha brand, the Sacha Buttercup setting powder, the yellow one. And I used that for a good number of years. I didn't use anything else. So I was kind of stuck with that. But when I saw this in the store and I saw that they had the little sizes where you can actually like try it out before you commit to a big bottle, a big tub, I thought I'd give it a try. And to be honest, this has lasted me very long, like much longer than I was even expecting. And I've actually lost a good bit of it because yeah, I was in a hurry one time and I didn't close it properly and it just kind of fell over. And I mean, when it fell over, it just I lost a very good portion of it, but it is still going strong and I love it. So now I'm gonna go in with a brush. This is an angled brush from Morphe as well. I'm gonna spray this a little bit and I'm going to brush out my contour. If you don't apply a little bit of liquid to your brush or your sponge, sometimes you can have patchy makeup, and that's the truth. You can actually have like real patchy makeup, especially the forehead, and you see what I'm talking about. These products these days dry out so quickly, so you kind of want to you want to use something that's damp, to be honest. So yeah, I just drag this out to my forehead. I also drag it into my hairline, especially if I have applied a bit of foundation there. I drag it out to make my forehead look smaller. Those of us in the forehead gang definitely understand what I'm talking about. You don't have to do this if you got like a small head, I imagine, but I've never had a small head, so I don't know. But yeah, this really does help me slim down that forehead. I love my forehead, guys, don't get me wrong. It's really good for like ponytails and stuff. When I do ponytails, I look at myself and I'm like, ooh, I look pretty. I look pretty. But you know, and I'm gonna use the remainder of that to chisel out the jawline a little bit. I don't use too much because I don't really care too much for it, but this works. The last thing I'm gonna do is also slim out. Remember when I told you that I was gonna clean up the contour? That's right. I'm just gonna go in here and just clean it out a little bit. This also does make your nose look smaller. And the last bit, for the most part, is just setting that forehead highlight that I did. Setting that forehead concealer. For my eyeshadow base, I would usually use a eyeshadow primer or eyeshadow base, but today I'm going to be using this concealer from Laura Mercier. Again, towards the inner corner of my eye, I'm going to be using this brush because it is small and can actually reach the inner corner of my eye. I'm using another brush from Morphe as well to pretty much set the eyelid. For the eyeshadow, I'm going to be using this one from the Crayon case. This is the Crayon case Eyeshadow Palette. So this has that crayon colors that you want. I think it's perfect for like festive makeups, maybe carnival makeup and all of that. I'm not going to be doing too much, so I'm just going to use maybe the red. I'm going to use this tan one right here. Hope y'all can see. Yep, I'm going to be using the tan one here as the base right here. I like this brush because it's got, once again, a bigger surface area, so it actually does cover the entire eyelid. Now for the crease, I'm going to be using this red one right here. Just going to use that as a sort of transition color. I just dab in twice, and I'm going to, because I don't want to do too much. So the next thing here is I'm going to go in with this brown one here, and I'm going to drag it towards the outer corner of my eye, because I do want that lovely brown shade here. Alright, I'm going to now go in and just put a drop of this foundation, maybe 2 here. Give it a bit of a base to apply my sparkly or glitter eyeshadow. Oh, shiny. I'm not going to be using glitter, but I'm going to be going in with an eyeshadow that has got a bit of a shine to it. So I kind of want that neutral base. I'm not going to be doing too much, and I'm in no way a professional makeup artist. This is just what works for me. So now I'm going to go in with this gold one right here. This one. I'm going to go in and I'm going to just dab it here. I want to darken the outer corners a little bit. So now for the eyeliner, I'm going to use the same one from Morphe that I used under my brows. It's completely normal to not get it on the first try, to be honest. Eyeliner is something that takes a whole lot of practice. I'm not going to pull this towards the outer corner of my eye, mostly because I want to use eyeshadow instead. So I'm going to use this black one right here, and I'm going to drag it here. I also kind of want to do a bit of a smoky effect, and I get that when I use eyeshadow, I'm able to get that effect a bit more. So now I'm going to smoke this out. I'm sure there's like a better brush you can use for this, but this works for me just fine. And then I'm gonna go in with that dark brown, and I'm going to pretty much make it work. Now I'm going to go in with a mascara. This is from Clinique. This is a very small one that I got as a gift from Mecca when I purchased something just before the Christmas time. So this is Clinique. I really like this one. I do plan on getting a full-sized one once I'm out of this one. It works just fine for me. As you can see, I don't have much lashes. But I can actually see a noticeable difference with this one, and I think that's why I'm gonna go for a full bottle once I'm out. Now I'm gonna go in with my lashes. This is one that I've used before. This is from Lash Xotic or something. It's a Brisbane-based lash company, and this is the shade, I believe, Sugar Baby. The thing with lashes is you don't really need to use what I'm using. You kind of have to follow the shape of your eyes. I mostly prefer winged lashes just because of the type of eyes that I've got. It suits me better. I do wear round lashes as well, but on very rare occasions, and also just very casually. I find that what really works for me with the lashes is when I line my liner with a lash glue, just the inner corner and the outer corner. It works better for me that way when for the lashes to stick on better. So now that we're waiting for the eyelash glue to dry up a little bit, I'm going to do my lips. I'm gonna set the contour stick a little bit because this is not a lip liner, it's a contour stick. Because of that, it does have a tendency to get shiny. And the lipstick I'm gonna be using today is from Shiseido. This is the 529 Cocktail Hour lipstick. I'm just going to use that. So there's really no special skill. I really just apply it like I would apply anything, any kind of lipstick. Now I'm going to do the eyelashes now. You have to make sure that it's sticking to the inner corner of the eye, okay? You don't want it too far from your actual, like where your actual eyelash begins, because then it looks weird. It's not much of a big deal. It just kind of gives you like a bit of a sleepy eye when the eyelash doesn't like apply naturally, that's all. Then this is not all the way dry, but it would work because I applied the eyelashes are the worst, I promise you. Now I'm gonna go in with a, not the black one, but the almost purple one, eyeliner. You are gonna get a bit teary eye, but that's normal. And for the almost final bit before I use the finishing powder, I'm going to be going in with my foundation, and I'm going to clean out the top of the brows. And I use foundation because I do it like as the very last step, and I want it to blend with the rest of my face. I don't want those eyebrows that just stand out from the rest of your forehead, the rest of your face. If that's your style, that's fine, but that's just not my style. And I always say that makeup is an art, okay? And everyone's skin is different. Everyone's skin is different every day. Some days I wake up with a really smooth skin. Some days I wake up with like all these things on my face. You don't know where they're coming from, but you just have to deal with it. Every day is different, but it's still your skin and you have to love it the same. That's how I feel about it. This is the almost final look. We're getting there, guys, I promise you. I'm gonna go in with a finishing powder. This is from Tilbury, Charlotte Tilbury. This is Airbrush Flawless Finish. I'm going to go in with the deep shade with a regular schmegular brush, and I'm just going to dab. Okay, I really love this powder. The only thing that I guess I don't like about it so much is I feel like there could be a couple of shades between the deep and the one before that. Okay, I sometimes feel like this is a bit dark and the one before this is a bit too light for me. I feel like there could be one shade between the two, but I'm no like expert. I'm no expert, but that's just what I think. And I think that this actually works for me. I just recently got it with the Bobbi brown foundation and I've been using it since. Before this, I think I was using, I believe it was Kat Von D. Yeah, the lock-in or something face powder. And before that was Bite Cosmetics. Really Bite Cosmetics really makes some bomb makeup. Okay, I have a lipstick from them and it's absolutely gorgeous. It's very creamy, slides on easily, and it doesn't disappear, which I really like. So this is what I do, and then I make sure to just give my ears some love, my neck as well, just drag it down a little bit. Oh, this is what it looks like. I don't think I showed y'all, but this is what the deep looks like. If you're even like the slightest bit lighter than me, you might want to go for the one before this, because this can be dark. Okay, can be dark, especially if you want to like keep dabbing it on as you're going through the day or the evening. It will eventually come out dark at tell you that. I'm gonna set it with the Urban Decay All Nighter setting spray. I've got two more things I want to do. I want to apply some blush, and then what else? Mascara to my bottom lashes, and also kind of want to brighten the inner part of my lips as well. So I will do that. I'm gonna go in with this Fenty Beauty Cream Blush. This is Summertime Wine. One thing about makeup is like literally it gets everywhere. So every time after I do my makeup, before I even wear my clothes, I would wash my hands with soap, because you would hate it when you have makeup transfer into your actual outfit for the day or for the evening. So I'm just going to dab this a little bit, and I'm going to pull this up. Now I'm going to highlight. This is my Stila, and this is the highlighter in the shade Bronze. This is a heavy hue highlighter. This is what it looks like. I'm going to go in with this brush. Now I've heard people say that this is outdated, like using the fan brush to apply your highlighter is a little bit outdated. Like I said, makeup is not a trend, okay? Makeup is a lifestyle. It's an art. Whatever works for you to be able to achieve the look that you're going for is what you should do. You don't want to follow what someone says works for their skin, because you are just going to be doing yourself a disservice. If a fan brush works for you, which it works for me perfectly, by all means do it. And also highlight the top of my brows, which they call, I believe, the brow bone. The fan brush works for me perfectly, especially for that area. It is very slim. So now last but not the least, I'm going to go in with this bronzer. This is from Fenty. This is the Sunstalker bronzer. This is in the shade Mocha Mummy. I'm going to be going in with that and just bronze out the area underneath the highlight. Everywhere I use that dark concealer from what's it called? Morphe. I'm going to be using this bronzer to complement that. What I'm going to do is go in with this lipstick. I don't even know what this is called, but this is from MAC. It's orange, and I'm just going to pat the inner lip. And I know I said that was the last thing I'm going to do. Now the very last thing I'm going to do is this. Now this really does make a little bit of a difference to my face, I think. This is the final look for the makeup. I absolutely love it. It looks like skin, but it is highlighted in the right places. It is contoured in the right places, and I've got that, you know, cheek popping, the natural shape of my natural face. So I'm going to put the rest of my outfit together, and I'll show you guys the final look. So don't go anywhere. I'll be with you shortly.